Hello and welcome to another edition of Mailbag. What is Mailbag? Well, Mailbag is a feature of the channel where you guys leave lots of comments on the channel and I attempt to answer those comments, or if I can't answer those comments, I throw it out to you guys who have more knowledge on some of this stuff than I do. So let's get into the first mailbag of this session. Remember, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Go over to Instagram and follow me there. Go over to Facebook, follow me there. That's where the normal notices are. And consider becoming a Patreon. Next comment or question comes from Daniel Ortez, FM5LQ. In response to Yamaha Montage M specs and prices released, a video I did in October 2023. And Daniel writes, Yamaha bought Korg and Roland to dismantle them. There is no longer a workstation from Korg or Roland, just a degraded plastic version of the Kronos, in brackets the Nautilus, and now Yamaha has no competitor, at least in the Japanese market. Well, I'm afraid on this one I kind of have to disagree with you on a number of points that you raise. I don't normally disagree with people vehemently outright, but in this case I have to, because sometimes I get my facts right, but you definitely have your facts wrong here. Yamaha did indeed buy Korg, and during their ownership they shared a number of components and ideas with the subsidiary. But it didn't stop Korg releasing the Korg M1 while under their ownership, which went on to become the synth with the most units sold ever worldwide. Now, Korg eventually became their own separate entity. Again, I can't remember whether it was a management buyout or whether they were floated on the Japanese stock market. I really can't remember why, but they are their own separate and have been for their own entity for, God, over 20 years. But I do agree that the Nautilus, while being very functional as a workstation, you should always remember that it's a very functional workstation, a very functional synth. It is just not a Korg Kronos, and therefore has failed to sell in the same type of numbers that the Kronos has sold for, and led the Kronos to be in production for nearly 10 years. Now, the other comment you made here is about Roland being owned by Yamaha. I am not aware that Roland has ever been owned by Yamaha, but somebody please correct me, because if I go and look up the Roland history, it makes no reference to being owned by Yamaha, which is kind of what I thought before I went and looked it up, before I responded. Now, Yamaha, in terms of organisational size, Yamaha is a much bigger company than Roland ever will be. But that is because Yamaha is a conglomerate. Okay, Yamaha have their fingers in so many different pies that Roland just don't. So Yamaha make motorbikes, for argument's sake. Roland don't make motorbikes. Yamaha make medical equipment. Roland don't make medical equipment. They have many different branches to the Yamaha brand. Yamaha Music is just one branch of this company. So Yamaha possibly could go and buy Roland or many of the others in the arena, but I think they quite like it as it is. Next comment question comes from Hanny & Co. In response to Roland D70 unlocking the hidden features of your machine. Service mode secrets revealed. A video I did in October 2023. And Hanny Co writes, Hi John, may I ask you about the Korg OASYS? I have a 76 version and the LCD seems sticky to the glass. Has many dots on it. What have I to do? Is there an LCD replacement for that? On eBay there is only one glass part. I'm not sure which one is broken. Cause in Jakarta, climate is now very hot, which made a couple of LCD keys seem to melt. Thanks in advance, bro. Well, the OASYS hasn't been in production for over 15 years. Okay, it was put in production in 2007, discontinued in 2010, but actually production would have been discontinued before that. And as far as I know, the display screen on the Korg OASYS is the same across all three models. So first of all, you don't need to look for an 88 key or a 76 key or a 61 key. It's the same unit. Now the first thing to understand is whether the screen is actually damaged or the aftertouch that goes over the display is damaged. Now I will admit this is a repair I have not had to perform. My OASYS, the screen and the touchpad that's over the screen are in perfect working order, and I haven't had to take it to pieces. So it's not a repair I've had to perform. But there are a few videos online showing you how to undertake the process. So that's the first thing. It sounds like the issue might be the touchscreen, which may have warped, as you say, to the environmental environment you're operating in. Extreme heat, extreme mugginess, etc., etc. If it is the screen, then these can be picked up fairly easily on eBay. The main screen does come up on eBay very now and then, so I'd just keep an eye out for it. But if it's the overlay, you can get hold of the overlay. The overlay is available. The screen, the underlying glass screen, is not necessarily as easy to get hold of. So, sorry, I can't. It's not the silver bullet, but it may give you some ideas on what you need to do.